All right. Welcome to another Monday Night Wellness Call. It brings me so much joy to be here with you and to talk about oils and to empower you to use these for your family, to take health into your own hands. This topic is obviously very near and dear to my heart, as this is my daily life. I don't think I spent but 5 minutes preparing for this because it's all in my heart, my hands. And just 5 seconds ago, I ran throughout my bedroom, the kids' bedroom, and just pulled out products we use every day like it was no big deal and just kind of sat them next to me. So that's always super fun. So as I said, if you have a baby, I want to see your baby on here. If you don't have a baby, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're listening. You get to help empower friends that you know, people you know that are pregnant or having babies in this season of life where this is the perfect time to educate people on essential oils. I do believe that, my Young Living business is very much, I say accidental lightly, but it was not a business I was looking for. It just perfectly fit into my life as a doula and a childbirth educator and a midwife assistant. And the oils just went so beautifully and hand in hand with those parts of life. I found that when I was talking to women in their pregnancies, even if they weren't crunchy, even if they weren't necessarily reaching for something holistic, as a go-to, first response, even if they weren't prone to thinking about health in a preventative manner in pregnancy, they're more open to learning better ways to live because now they're taking care of a new person. And so I find that it's the best time to introduce oils into your life. They're going to make your life so much easier as a mom. They're my go-to quick, safe, effective option solution all the time. And I literally thank God every day for them. They're not man-made. Yes, Young Living is made of people who thankfully grow the plants in the farms, and they help the production and the testing and the whole seed to seal, the bottling, but the plants are God made. So we give him the glory for what he's given us in creation for our wellness, knowing what we would need. And it's such a wonderful tool to have as a mom. It's so empowering to know that I've just got a lot of great things at my fingertips. There's literally a baby knocking on the window right there. Do you see Harvest? Hi, Harvest. So Harvest just turned 10 months old. Some of the oils that I'm going to talk about, and by the way, these calls are like 15, 20 minutes long. I'm going to try to do my best with that. Some of these oils I'm going to talk about tonight are things that we use on her all the time, daily, even some of them since birth. So if you don't know me, my name's Haley Aliff, and I am currently in Idaho. Sometimes I'm in Louisiana. You can kind of catch me going back and forth. I've got a 4-year-old girl, Emerson, a 2-year-old boy, Koa, and Harvest is 10 months old. She's kind of distracting me. Jeremy needs to come get her. She's so dang cute. Can y'all hear me? I'm getting like little things saying that my audio is okay. I know some of you guys know my story in that we struggled with fertility, and it was really just ultimately God's plan for us to adopt. He had told me when I was 16 that I was going to adopt one day. And so the way that it all happened was exactly how it was supposed to. But my real testimonies for babies came with my first, with Emerson. She was in utero. She was exposed to a lot. She was exposed to a lot of things that babies shouldn't be exposed to. Toxins, of course, drugs, different things. And we went in before she was born. I worked with a naturopathic doctor. She's on our Young Living team. And we kind of came up with a protocol together of oils, combinations of oils, roller bottles, tinctures, homeopathics, just kind of the works of what we were going to do for her to support her gut. The gut is our main it's our main sort, like our immune system lies in the gut. And so if we can support the gut, a lot of the body will kind of follow suit, but the gut was just so important. So she helped me come up with a plan, and it was an action plan of basically every 2 hours of praying and anointing, because that's what the Bible tells us to do, with certain oils on her feet, on her spine, on her head, certain supplements, which I'll talk about a couple of those. And all of this was going to help her body be able to wean properly and to help provide comfort, but ultimately healing to her cells, restoring them to the way that they were meant to be. And her story is really miraculous that we were prepared to spend 3 months in the NICU with a very sick baby. And we were released 6 days after she was born. They just said, we don't know what to tell you. She's a miracle. She should be having a lot of withdrawal. She should be having this symptom, that symptom. Just go home. And also your oils are way too strong and they stink and you guys need to go. I think they were just like, these people are crazy. Every 2 hours, their room is smelling. They like moved us out of the main part of the NICU to like our private room. And then they were like, you don't need to be here. And I know that's a testimony to the Lord and it's a miracle, but I know that what we were doing on her was really, really powerful and useful. And so when I encounter moms who are a little hesitant to use oils, first of all, that's great that you should be researching anything and everything you put on your babies, especially your babies, your kids, yourself. But I will say that I used a heck of a lot of oils on our very tiny itty bitty. She wasn't a preemie. She was a little bit early, but really itty bitty 5-pound baby from birth, and only have good things to say. And so that was my very first like personal introduction to oils for babies. I'm not going to go into deep chemistry. Y'all, if you know me, the fire alarm. Okay, so Jeremy, my gosh, the distractions. If you know me, you know that I love the nerdy side of like, how do oils work? Why do they work so well? So this book, one of my favorites, I think I've quoted this What For on like the last 3 Monday night wellness calls. This is The Chemistry of Essential Oils Made Simple, which is hilarious considering it's like 600 pages. But if you are like that, if you're that personality, that green personality, that you will feel just empowered to use these, and you'll feel like just more confident to use these if you understand how they work, then I want you to go find our YouTube channel. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Can y'all hear that noise? Okay. I'm going to pull it up just to show you how easy it is to find. I'm just going to YouTube here, and I'm clicking Apex Living. Basically, all of our Monday night wellness calls, I've been, my assistant, my cousin, has been putting up for me so that they're easy for you guys to find. Can you see this YouTube right here? And you just click on videos. So I say all this to say, because just for sake of time, these calls, I try to keep them brief for moms who are busy. Go back. If you haven't seen Chemistry of Essential Oils Part 1 or Part 2, if you're brand new to oils, if you don't really know how they work, how they're made, how they work in the body, if you don't know how to tell quality versus cheap oils, you're going to want to check those out. And you can see they're not very long, 21 minutes, 31 minutes. Of course, there's lots of other topics there too, but just so you know, I want you to know that that resource is there. Okay, so without going too far into any chemistry, I do just want to mention, because it's kind of like, it's not a fear of mine, but I do feel like it is definitely my responsibility to at least tell you a little bit about the quality, because I wouldn't want someone to catch this recording and go buy any old oil that they find on the shelves and use it on their baby. Quality is absolutely essential, as it is with food, as it is with supplements, as it is with anything that we put in our bloodstream, especially talking about pregnancy and babies though. So just a little bit from here. So there's 4 ways that we use oils. There's basically 4 portals in which we can use oils, in which essential oils can enter the body. So that's through the lungs. So that's going to be like diffusing, or what Andriana was just doing, like this direct inhalation, through the skin. That could be neat, which that's also undiluted, or diluted, which is using a carrier oil like organic coconut oil or organic olive oil, or Young Living makes V6. Through the digestive tract. So that would be swallowing them, ingesting them, and taking them in capsules, and then also through absorbent tissue of your different body orifices. That's not a topic for babies, because I'm not going to be teaching you today how to insert, oils into the lining of the rectum of their vagina, but that is an option. That is an option through suppositories and bulb syringe. One of my favorite ways that I've recently discovered, which is so weird because I've been using Young Living oils for 11 years now. But one of the best ways is through, the tissues of your oral cavity, where they're not swallowed, but they're held in the mouth. So they can actually be absorbed directly into your bloodstream without having to go through the digestive tract, where a lot of your stomach acid kind of dilutes the property of the essential oil. So also through the inside of your cheeks, that's called your buccal cavity. So the way you do it is you just take a drop. I'm taking orange oil and you hold it like this for like 30 seconds or so. And that's a really great method. Even if something doesn't taste good, you can hold it there long enough. Of course, you're going to get a little on your tongue, but major absorption there. Okay, so for portals, I should say, with babies and kids, the main ways that you're going to be using for them is just through the lungs and through the skin. There are several schools of thought concerning aromatherapy. The quickest little rundown of this, okay? So the German school basically emphasizes inhalation. They believe that that's the best way to benefit essential oils. The German school, they do say that oils will get directly into your bloodstream this way through the alveoli of the lungs, as well as directly to the brain through your olfactory nerves, which you guys know that's connected to your central brain through your sense of smell. The German method, well, I won't get into the deep history, that will take too long. Okay. The English method, which I believe really a lot of, if you just like Google something about oils and you see something from like the British School of Aromatherapy, that I feel like is pretty dominant in the US. The English school emphasizes massage. They emphasize heavy dilution, 2 to 5% of essential oils with dilution. They teach mainly that the primary absorption is the organ of the skin. It's not necessarily founded for like medical use. Okay, so this is like a non-physician way of looking at oils. I'm not going to go too deep into that, but that's a really leading philosophy of oils. Finally, the French method, which is actually what Young Living falls under, is founded by French chemists, French medical doctors. They're emphasizing taking oils, essential oils orally, using them all 4 methods that I mentioned, using them neat, which is undiluted. They even go into like having studies of hypodermic injections, which is like for certain tumors and things. The leading aromatherapists of the world follow the French method. And I won't go too much more into that. So just so you kind of know, there's a lot of opinions out there. I obviously, I want to read something that falls under the French method if it's, if I'm reading something that a master herbalist has put out there. If there's research, the research that I've read, there's a lot of research on essential oils. If you go to pubmed.gov, you're going to see like 16,000 studies. There's a lot of studies out there. But you want to pay attention to a couple of things. And I know not everyone's going to do this, but if you're interested in researching essential oils, animal studies aren't that accurate. Isolating certain compounds out of an essential oil aren't that accurate. We want studies that are done on the therapeutic grade essential oils. So in the world of oils, okay, 90% of oils on the market are what we call perfume grade. Perfume grade are literally just for smell. They're not supposed to be for therapeutic use. They're not supposed to go on your skin. In fact, if you look at the label of such an oil, which is what you're going to find at like Walmart and like they're literally everywhere, right? Like Walgreens has them now. These are going to say like, do not put on your skin, do not come in contact with children, do not, just all these red flags. But the odd thing to me about that is that you're still getting it in your bloodstream through your lungs and it's still reaching your brain through your sense of smell. So I don't think that's a safe method anyway. The next 5% of oils on the market are what we call food grade. Food grade are flavoring agents. They are basically in everything. They're in your toothpaste, they're in your crackers, they're in your granola bar, natural flavors. So when I hear people say like, I don't really want to ingest essential oils, I don't really think that's safe. I'm like, you probably do every single day. But that's just for flavoring. They're not necessarily controlling those or testing those to see if they have all of the medicinal constituents that they should have, that they would have in nature if the distillation process is done correctly, if it's not made synthetically. So what Young Living falls under is the last 5%, which is the premium grade that you can get. This is where they take a plant, lavender. If you've never smelled real lavender before and you smell Young Living, you're like, whoa, this is different. This is not sweet. This smells earthy. It smells fresh. There's nothing in this bottle except lavender oil. That is oil that's been steam distilled from the plant. There's nothing added to it. There's no synthetics. There's no fillers. I feel like that's worth mentioning even though I know this is not like essential oils 101 class, because we're talking about babies. Okay. So just as a mom, as a doula, as a friend of yours, I do not want you to go to Walmart and grab oils and use them on your babies. Okay. So with all that being said, let's talk about some oils to use for babies. So Young Living has, over 250 different oils. I have not hesitated to use an essential oil of any of Young Living's on my children. I have not hesitated. However, Young Living does have a pre-diluted line ready to go for just the ease of grabbing and going for your children, for your babies, which is really wonderful. Some of the ones I have here, and this is basically, since I only have a few minutes left, I'm just going to run through some of my most favorite things for you. Okay. So here's some that were just by my bedside. So I've got cedarwood, I've got lavender, and I've got peace and calming. On any given night or nap time, I'm diffusing one or both or a combo of all three of these, as well as orange, as well as Valor. I don't know if I grabbed Valor. Cedarwood is really wonderful for, here's the thing with the oils, homeostatic intelligence. They're balancers. So while cedarwood is really wonderful for helping your body produce melatonin, if used in the daytime, cedarwood is not going to make you so drowsy that you can't function. Cedarwood can also be used because it can oxygenate the brain. It can also be used for focus and clarity. So this is one that you're going to find. Cedarwood is so cheap. It's one of the cheaper oils you can get, but you can find really toxic cedarwood that people have reactions to. So just keep that in mind. You want a pure cedarwood, but cedarwood is going to be good for everything from focus and learning and attention. Like I said, oxygenating the brain. This oil is very high in sesquiterpenes. Google that, find out what that means. It's really brain oxygenation. It's going to be good for tantrums. It's going to be good for calming, emotionally calming. It's going to be good for nap time and for bedtime. And it's one of those ones that I swear by. For babies, you can put this on their big toe. You can rub it along the bottom of their feet, or you can stick it in the diffuser. One of my favorite diffuser combos for nighttime, I try to get it going like 30 minutes before we go to bed, is orange, cedarwood, and Valor. It's absolutely wonderful. Peace and calming is another mom favorite. It says exactly what it does. The oils in this one, this is the blend, are tangerine, orange, ylang-ylang, patchouli, and blue tansy. Really great for the skin. I kind of use this one as like a Benadryl type of thing. So if I'm seeing like some weird Hy-Vee skin stuff, I will rub this on their skin. If I'm any of your kids have like leg growing pain type of things, this is wonderful for that. All of the oils have a physical and an emotional component. So while I do tend to talk about the physical stuff, there's also going to be some wonderful uses for peace and calming, literally calming your emotions as well, not just physically calming you. Lavender oil. Somebody the other day, I met a mom at the park the other day who mentioned, like, have y'all ever seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding where they use Windex for everything? She was actually referring to coconut oil, but I also feel that way about lavender oil. Lavender oil is a catch-all. It's extremely gentle. It's something that we just drop right on an open wound. It's something that Harvest is very familiar with. I know it's not going to hurt her, any bumps or bruises or anything like that. If she has any, like we've traveled a lot with her, and when we tend to go into different climates and we're around different trees and different pollen, you know, babies can have kind of like a little, or anybody can have, thank you so much, like a little reaction with allergy type of response. Hello, Harvest. This is good show and tell. Stay here. You can take it right back, but I'm just going to show. Okay. Harvest had like weepy eye when we first got to Idaho, which she wasn't sick. She had no other symptoms, no fever. Oh, you want that water? And I was like, okay, this is a response to what's going on in the atmosphere. Well, if you read about lavender oil, pure lavender oil, it's an antihistamine. And so I just took a little bit and did not put it in her eye. By the way, accidentally putting oils in eyes, yes, that's uncomfortable, but Young Living is not going to cause any damage. If anything, you just put a carrier, put olive oil in the eye with like a what am I trying to say? Like a cloth, and wipe away, not water. Water makes the oils go and drive in farther. So you see what I'm doing? I'm very, very gently putting around her cheekbone and her brow. And that's so simple, so easy. Now, if she's tugging at her ear and I'm like, oh, that could be a sign of tired. That could also be a sign of like ear infection. There's a wonderful oil called Purification. Almost done with her. And it's got tea tree, oil. It's got a whole bunch of things in there, purification. And I would use it the same way. You can also use lavender. And I don't go in the ear because oils are high frequency, high vibration. You don't want to mess with the eardrum. That would like maybe cause some ringing, but just around the ear, all the way around it, all the way around it. And you see, I'm not even diluting on this. So gentle. Okay, last show and tell, and then I'll pass the baby back. Where's my copaiba? Do I have copaiba out here? Did I put this one out here? Okay, I don't know where copaiba went. Copaiba is one of the most gentle oils. It barely has a smell. It barely has a taste. It's a beautiful oil, comes from the Amazon rainforest. It's highly anti-inflammatory. That is my go-to for teething. So let's just pretend Peace and Calming is copaiba because we can use this for skin as well. Ideally, I don't like to touch the top, but you know, I only have one hand right now, but I just dropped that in my hand. So for teething, you can see like the color of Peace and Calming. I just rub her jawline. And with copaiba, I actually put it directly on my finger and I rub her gums. No dilution, just straight up in there. Okay, thank you, Jeremy. You can have her back. You can also make a little teething concoction. I do coconut oil, I do copaiba, and I do clove. Clove is very, very numbing. It's got a great history in like dental oral health. They used to use it in Europe before like like numbing agents. Like it was the main numbing agent. So I make a combo of coconut oil, clove, and copaiba. Taste it first, make sure it's not too spicy. Clove does have a bite when it's by itself, but mixed in that mixture, it should be just wonderful and numbing. So that's another great thing that you can do. Are you keeping her out here? You could bring her inside. I'm almost done. Okay. Okay, a couple oils here to mention. Young Living has a really wonderful line called the Kids Sense line. And this is just to make our life easier. Of course, you can DIY these things. You can make blends with your oils that you have. You can put it in a roller bottle. You can add carrier oil, but this is like the easy button. So I've got some of these here and you can see like this, for instance, is Sleepy Eyes. Which way am I going? But on the screen, you can see that that's in a roller form. So you can get it in two ways. You can get it in a roller bottle, which just makes for easy application. Sleepy Eyes, the way I would use that is on the belly button or on the spine or on the base of the head. Really can't go wrong. It's getting in the bloodstream. When in doubt, bottom of the feet. Genius, which is for their brain. That's also best used like around the base of the skull, the neck, or the big. I'm distracted with her right there. She's okay, babe. She's fine. What are you eating? Potatoes? Jeremy's feeding the baby. Makes me too nervous. Okay, sorry. Sleepy Eyes, Genius. Okay, Tummy Jize. My gosh, the distractions. Welcome to mom life. Tummy Jize is what it says it's for. It's for your belly. I put on her belly button. I rub clockwise. Again, when in doubt, bottom of the feet. Sniffle Ease, that's for chest, lungs, breathing, airways, sniffles, exactly what it says. Owie, I have like 5 bottles of. I have it in my diaper bag. I have it in my car. I have it in my kitchen. I also keep helichrysum close by. Helichrysum is also in Owie, but that one is for any owie. It's wonderful. It works so well. It cleanses the wound. It stops the bleeding. Kid Power is an emotional one that can be used for everything from fear to tantrums to like just those kid freak out moments where you just need them to snap them out of it. You know, I'll just like lift it in front of their nose. Stress Away also works that way as well. Let's see if you guys can see this one. Two more things. Okay. This is the same bundle, both of it. By the way, if you ever see a bundle with Young Living, that's meant to be a money saver option. You can always buy these things individually. Like you could just get Tummy Jize or just get Sleepy Eyes. But when you see a bundle like this that comes with a diffuser, you're going to see like a pretty good money saving deal when they bundle things together. So this is the other option that doesn't have the roller bottles, but you can add your own little roller bottle to each oil. Do you see the little orifice there? It's like a stainless steel roller top. You can put those on any of those if you like it that way. And how cute is Sprout the puppy diffuser? I just think that's so cute. My kids love it. They like touch its little toe to turn it on. Hi, Micaiah, I see you now. Hi, honey. Okay, I'm wrapping up because Jeremy's going to play pickleball and he's like, I gotta go. Okay. Young Living has a wonderful line called Seedlings. And this is, I'm only grabbing a few of their things. I have their baby wipes, but this is basically a line of plant-based, toxin-free, wonderful baby products that are infused with their Calm blend, which smells like heaven. They have the baby lotion. You can see these are used, like we use these. This is the diaper cream. Tender Tush and the diaper cream are basically two diaper options, but they're very, very different. The diaper cream is like you would think, like a cream, like this thick kind of white cream, and it's wonderful. And we use that one actually more like preventatively. Tender Tush, I'm actually teaching this class as if y'all were standing in front of me, like I'm just like smelling everything and opening everything. Tender Tush is different. Tender Tush is more of a salve. You can see that it's clear. This one is really great for diaper rashes. This is great for rashes in general. Recently, Harvest, her skin was adjusting to the drier temps or the drier air here because in Louisiana, the humidity is like 120%. So when we get here, our skin freaks out like it's never been dry before. Tender Tush is so moisturizing. I was rubbing it all over her face. So it's like, these have so many uses, more than, off-label uses as well. Rose ointment, Animal Sense ointment. This is actually part of our animal line. But if you read the ingredients, they're just good, clean ingredients that are gentle. And you can see we use the heck out of it. But I'm not going to lie, this is 2 winters old. Look how much is left. This lasts for so long. So we use this for chapped skin, for, everything. By the way, if you guys, if I'm mentioning something that you use and you have a way that you use it, put it in the chat so people can read, because I think that that's great. Then we can learn from each other. Always great for head bumps. No, not the next day. See? Thank you, Anna. All right, a couple other things. Young Living's chest rub, not marketed or like marketed for adults. Wonderful for the whole family. For Harvest, I put this on the bottom of her feet. Really great stuff in there. And then last but not least, I grabbed the wrong vitamin. Okay, so Young Living has some kid vitamins. One of the options that they have, this is actually Mighty Vites. I meant to grab one called Mighty Zyme. So Emerson and Koa takes this as a multivitamin, but Mighty Zyme is an enzyme. Now, as part of my routine to support Emerson's gut that I was mentioning in the beginning, my naturopathic doctor told me that the Young Living enzymes are off the charts good, that I could literally take any of the enzymes and use it for her. And so I took Kid Sense, which is a caplet. It's not a capsule, and I crushed it. So I literally take the capsule with an oil bottle and I just crush it in like a bowl. And what I would do, I would have my clean pinky, dip it in either like my mouth or the water, dip it in the powder and put it in baby newborn Emerson's mouth for enzymes. And that's all she needed, was just a tiny bit on my pinky. I do the exact same method with our probiotic, which is called Life 9. The other options, these are enzyme options for adults or for whoever. They're Allerzyme and Detoxzyme. Allerzyme is more geared towards allergies, food allergies, plant allergies, dog allergies, you name it. Detoxzyme is to help you detox. So for Emerson, we would change these out, and I'm talking as a newborn. I'll show you how teeny tiny these are. So like that's the size of Detoxzyme. Allerzyme is the same size. The way that I would do it, I would open up the capsule. My hands are very slippery now with Tender Tush on. And I would take a little glass bowl and I would pour the powder out, you can see. And each night for her, because of what we were dealing with, I did this several times a night. But as a doula, I tell my clients, if they have fussy babies, colicky babies, babies that have gas, do this before bed. Do an enzyme and Life 9 probiotic. Just do them within 30 minutes of each other. Don't do them at the same time. And then do it as needed. So same method, I take my pinky, dip it, and that teeny tiny bit of powder, that's all I would give to her. I would just rub it in her mouth, wait 30 minutes, do the probiotic, and her gut, y'all, this kid has one of like the best functioning bowel systems that I've ever seen. Like her gut is working really, really well. So just a little tip there that I feel like, I don't know, we don't talk about enough baby gut options out there. I hear about moms struggling with like trying to figure out what foods they need to avoid because their breast milk is causing, gas in their infants. And I'm just like, enzymes, probiotic, simple solution. All babies, all newborns have a slower digestive system. They're so little. It doesn't mean necessarily that something's wrong or that they're allergic to something, but their body needs a little bit of support. And so those to me can be absolute game changers, especially for a first time mom that's like, I don't know what to do. There's not a lot of healthy options out there for that. So, I know that was a lot. I covered oils, a little bit of some ointments, some seedling stuff, some supplements, but just wanted to keep tonight simple and to just share with you some of my favorite things that we do with Harvest and what I've done with each of my kids as their babies, and hopefully just empower you to use them and to share them, especially share them with a pregnant mama, because she can get her hands on this stuff before she has babies. She's going to be set up for success. So I got to go. Jeremy's like giving me the pickleball glare. So y'all have a great night. July, we've got some great Monday night wellness calls coming up. Maybe talking about supplements next month. So we'll see you then. Thanks y'all for coming. Bye.